sort of wooden sliding doors, and then they were chained on the back. And when you see a wall at the counter like this, usually it was a sort of food shop. But we have a more specific kind of food shops, and I will show you just a few meters.
Dark day in the history of Pompeii. On August 24, 79 CE, a huge eruption occurred from Mount Vesuvius, which showered volcanic dews over the city of Pompeii, followed the next day by the clouds of hot gases. The buildings were destroyed, the population were crushed, and the city was soon buried live under the blanket of ash. After such a massive erosion, the city infrastructure was still be able to preserve because of the material like bricks and stones.
And 89 are fast foods. This is because it was very usual for people to have lunch outside home or buy pre-cooked food. And never forget, Pompeii was a trading city full of traders.
That was rightly mentioned by our guide. The city was a big trading center with facilities for traders along with food market, hotels and entertainment. And this particular street was the main entry for the traders and travelers into the city. And if we analyze further, the stone in between the streets were designed to cross on the other side, as the surface holds water from the houses and channels into the irrigation system of the city, which clearly depicts the great design of irrigation system by Romans. Well thought. While moving around in the city, we observe the skeleton of the houses and how each spaces were used and built by them in the former days. There were number plates and name plates on the outer facades of the houses. The inner space of the house of rich Romans had a courtyard system where the center of the house is connected to the open sky along with the Roman columns. Looking back, it is fascinating to know that the people in Pompeii could not imagine their daily life was going to be frozen in time, preserved by the material erupted out of Vesuvius, the volcano. And centuries later, the entire city was going to be rediscovered, telling the story of the day when a volcano stopped the time. And that's the public fountain, which was excavated in its real position and style after being buried under 6 to 7 meter deep ashes for years. The Roman culture, just like many others, were men-centric, which can be seen on the entry facade of the houses, as the male part is proudly sculpted, reflecting the fertility of the house men in the living times. Entering and exploring one such house and the space distribution within also justify the Roman culture and architecture. And that's the small holy space in the corner of an entrance, followed by the courtyard space connected to the living area of the house, adding an open-to-sky element into the enclosed building space. The courtyard was surrounded by different rooms in the house, such as bedrooms, kitchen space, and other living areas. There is also the small Roman garden feature in the backyard of the house, which is surrounded by Roman